Hey everyone, this is Alex Sacken. Welcome back to the Wisdom Tradition podcast. I want to announce my newest article that's going to be forthcoming, or rather, a series of articles. They're going to be on the topic of Francis Bacon, and they're going to explore his life, but also the context that led up to what he was doing during his life and the role that he played in setting up the American project, but also a number of other different important elements of Western civilization. He became the sort of mastermind and godfather behind, in a sense, the scientific age and the age of nation states. So we're going to be looking at Francis Bacon, what his philosophy was, what he taught, and also the sort of secret operations that he undertook and the secret teachings that he put out as part of his work with the Rosicrucian Brotherhood. And we're going to explore his connections to Freemasonry and also to William Shakespeare and the Shakespeare plays. We're going to be also considering the role that he played in the American colonization scheme. And we're going to be looking at a number of his works and writings and analyzing them and breaking down sort of the nature of what he was revealing in his teachings. But most of all, we should understand that Francis Bacon was a high initiate of the esoteric societies that we've been studying in the course of this series, this ongoing book series that I've been putting out on this podcast and in my Substack. So the course of that material is now going to be informing who Francis Bacon was and what the importance of his work was. And so there's going to be hopefully a lot of payoff to those who've been following since the beginning, because now we're going to be looking at really how the modern world is built and what its basic properties and organizational characteristics are. And so we're going to be considering how the old mystery schools and how the old esoteric philosophies interface with modern civilization in a way that's very important, but not obvious, at least to most. So this series on Francis Bacon is going to really begin a deep exploration of the foundations and operations of modern civilization. And he really, in many ways, is the mastermind who sets forth the plan of America's destiny, and also the destiny of the scientific age. He outlines it pretty transparently in his material. So we're going to be analyzing it and looking at it. And then over the course of the remaining chapters of this book, we're going to be bringing things even further up to date and looking at how really the vision and ideals of Francis Bacon have gradually become actualized in the modern world as we are on the precipice of a global civilization. But the work remains incomplete. And so we're going to be examining the opportunity that we have today to continue this grand project and bring it towards the day of its ultimate completion. So specifically what I mean by all that, you'll know by the end of this series. So I hope you'll stay tuned. The first episode, which is going to be on the emergence of Christianity and the politics that surround the rise of the Christian church, we're going to be examining that period in history, because that informs how and why the secret societies of the current age, how they emerged, and how the esoteric knowledge and mystery school teachings of the ancient world had to go underground in relation to a church that was very threatened and very antagonistic towards those philosophical teachings and the existence of these schools. So that's coming up as the first article, and then we'll be building that story from there as we go on. And then we'll be going into Francis Bacon's teachings towards the latter part of this series. So again, stay tuned to check the sort of table of contents and with links to all the articles and chapters that have gone so far before this one in this book project, which the overall project is called Philosophy, Its Origins, Purpose, and Destiny. And so to find the table of contents for that and links to the various articles and chapters, please see my website, alexsacken.com. And you can find links there also to my YouTube and to the podcast. So check all that out if you can. And thank you to everybody who's been following the series so far. And I'm really looking forward to the content that I have coming up. So I hope you'll come back and stay tuned for it. So thank you again, and God bless.